Yeah, so look, someone was pretty hard because with how the meta is right now, it's kind of like a rock paper scissors meta between, in my opinion, Janimba, Toa, and Shenron variants. The thing with like how the meta is, it's like Shenron beats Janimba, Janimba beats Toa, then Toa beats Shenron like most of the time. But the problem with that is that if you pick one of the decks, you lose to another deck. So, well, I tried to find the Dynamite deck, I guess, because Dynamite always wins. So I was able to find that being a Universe 6 variant with this Broly Waker, Broly the Awakening Threat. So that was my thoughts there. With regards to matches in top 16, I versed one Toa match, which wasn't too hard. I misplayed game 2, otherwise it would have been a 2-0. And then probably my hardest matchup for this deck is definitely any red deck. I versed Gogeta BR, which was running red-green. And the fact that the low drop veggie cards can be removed by minusing their attack strength makes it really hard to keep a board state because the deck just wants to go wide or tall, one of the two. But it's too hot. Anyway, so it's kind of hard to go it's kind of hard to go wide into red. So that was definitely my hardest matchup. I got destroyed game 1 and I was able to have a good run in game 2. Then I clutched it, went for a ballsy play, going all in with the 4-drop, praying he didn't have Gogeta BR, even though I had a Bloodlust in hand to negate the effect anyway. That was my top 8. Top 4 was pretty hard. Versus Janimba, it was just a long matchup. I did eventually win. That was 2-1 again. And then I versed the Mirror in finals, but he was running the Carbo leader. And I'm not even gonna lie, that was the first time I versed the Mirror. So it was kind of interesting. I got destroyed game 1. Game 2, I barely won. And then game 3, I was able to win. Like, one of the benefits of this leader versus the U6 variant with Carbo is that you're actually able to run different battle cards besides Universe 6. I won with Mirror, Creator Absorbed, swung with it until he gave a double strike, put him on 1, used my leader to untap it. So my Mirror was like 100-something K without combo. So that's how I was able to win that the finals game, which was, very nice. No, so Mirror is the only overall around my card. It is a main board thing. It's just a lot of problems with deck like this. It's kind of like, in my opinion, the old Storm deck. This is essentially the new incarnation of it because the deck just goes so aggro and it puts them at the point where they're unable to negate your attacks and whatever combo power they have, it doesn't really matter. Mirror just lets you end the game if they're tapped out, which the deck does with like the Khalifa's in the deck. Just tap all your opponent's energy, so I don't really get to do too much about it. Yeah, so the whole week, like, it was kind of interesting because I was bouncing back and forth between Shenron and Janimba. Janimba I was leaning towards a bit, ended up playing that a bit this week, mainly because it has a good matchup to Toa, and I got wrecked pretty hard last week by Toa, so I was leaning towards that. But literally, I found the list, this Broly list online on the Friday night before. PPG, thank you. But yeah, I found the night before, and I was like, oh, this could work. And then I tested it, and it worked really well. I only lost one game in testing the night before. And I said, whatever happens, I'll play this. It's more my play style, because I can't play control decks for the life of me. I like to be able to have the game in my own hands, I guess, and just dictate the pace of the game. So this deck allows you to do that. Essentially, your opponent doesn't really get to do too much. They have to answer whatever you're doing, and what you're doing is just insanely broken, so it's hard for them to do anything. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy because this is essentially the same event I won last year. So I'm the only one who's won the Melbourne Regional. So I've got the 2-peat going. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I can't complain. I'm pretty happy about that. But look, I think the next thing is deciding whether or not to go to America. Because Crystal did ask me to go, which is the attack manager. That's something to consider. And mainly, it's like going to America isn't cheap. So it's depends on like what things are at the time that the American events comes up. Plus, the only way you can qualify is through last chance qualifiers, unfortunately. So even if I do go, there's not a guaranteed chance I do get to play in the main event. So it's like a bit iffy. But then there's the last Australian event for a year, which is after the draft box comes out. So this deck might get destroyed because this deck just loses to Vegeta Baby. Auto loss. I lost in 5 minutes. Yeah. So just a real quick disclaimer. I said in an interview in the stream that I'm horrible at making decks. So this deck is more or less just the one that PPG. I have to give a shout out. Master Russell, I have to say it's pretty much his deck, but with like one card, a few ratio changes. That's it. It's his deck. But yeah. So we've got Broly here. So what the Broly leader does is that when he attacks, it doesn't matter if it's leader or battle card, you get to take a card from your life and draw a card, and then he's an untapped 2 leader. So he has inbuilt self-awakening, pretty good. And the backside is insane. He's got so many different effects. Like obviously when he attacks, he draws a card. His first effect is that you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. That's just good for tapping combo power they have in play, or any blockers that they can use to stop your attacks. And then the last ability, which makes this card as probably the most broken leader card in the game outside of the wish leaders, being that you can take a card from your life and choose any of the cards you control, energy, himself, a battle card, and put it back into active mode. This is just absurd. Like being able to untap. What I usually do on the turn I awaken, I'll take a life, put him back into active mode after I awaken. I'm busy right now. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So what I tend to do, I'd swing with him. On the awakened side, I'd flip over so I get that 5k combo power, do my arrival shenanigans, then I'd use my leader skill, put him back into active mode and swing again, because this auto is not once per turn, he's when he swings draw a card, so on the turn that you awaken, you net like 4 cards from your leader, which is pretty insane, and plus two attacks, which is nice. And obviously the most broken thing, you untap your mirror, because when the mirror swings the first time, it gains all the power, and then it does it again, doubles the strength, it's pretty good. So then the starting turns, 4 ofs, Kale and Cauliflowers, this is the stuff you evolve into. Kale is insane in the Janemba matchup because they just mill all the cards you want, and Cauliflower essentially makes your drop area second hand. Really good. Cauliflower, Kale's the one that gets it from the drop. Cauliflower, you always want to start turn 1 with this if you can. If not, you're charging a multicolor energy, but this lets you just start off your combo. Just finding pieces that you need. Next we have the 2-drop Cauliflower here. I always try to mulligan for this card. If your opponent doesn't interact with you, this always guarantees you get to awaken on turn 3 no matter what, because this card lets you take a life and it taps an energy. Shenron players, sometimes that aren't prepared for this, they get greedy and leave 1 energy open. Turn 3 you play this, you tap it, that's it. They usually lose that turn. I've won so many games, like killing Shenron players from like 6 or 7 life just in 1 turn, it's insane. Next we have the Evolve package, we've got the Cauliflower and Kale combo players. We do have more Cauliflowers in the deck, so this is the more prominent one. Critical doesn't matter too much on this Cauliflower, on this Kale, just swinging for crit, it's okay, but we were trying to kill them, so it doesn't matter how many cards are in their hands, so just swing 20 crit, 20 double strike, just applying that pressure is really nice, and of course, when you play the Cauliflower, you get that tap and energy when they play. So like an interaction you can do, you can combo 2 Cauliflowers, you can put 1 on top, tap an energy, and you can put another on top, tap another energy. So you're tapping 2 energy if you combo 2. This only really comes up if you're worried about like Preemptive Strike or Denial of Hope, because it gives you, it allows you to just play around that pretty easily. And then the other skill where Kale gets to negate the skill of a card when it comes into play and bounce it back to hand. Very situational. I barely used it. It's more to deny bodies that are in board that are like they can't combo with, because usually they're tapped out. You don't want to give them any 5k combo power. Next card we have 3 covers, another search card. You only play this card if you don't have pieces in hand. It's a good searching card. Other than that, it's just okay. Look at top 7, add 2 U6, then discard a card from hand. It's pretty good. Good for grabbing super combos. Now this card is probably the worst card in the deck. This is one of the cards I talked about I changed the ratios for. I played this card once and it didn't do anything. It literally baited me into a Kami because including itself, it brought the Cauliflower back into play, making me Kami prone, so I lost my board that turn. But mainly the only good thing about this is that it's a blue-yellow card, so you can combo this for your rival stuff. Plus again, it's a 10k free combo, which once you play the next card here, the Chump of Argyros, it's just good for more extending your damage more or less, making it so your power is too strong. Best card in the deck, from worst to the best. This card makes the deck insane. If you don't have this card, you're probably gonna not win the game. Just this card, you have to see this card in your opening hand, or trying it as soon as possible. So the main thing is that we'll go over the most broken effect, the permanent skill. As long as this card's in play, reduce the energy cost of all your yellow and blue universe 6s by 1. So that lets you combo your Kales and Cauliflowers for free. It just makes all your combos just insane. So yeah, plus you can play it like the combo. Usually you combo a blue-yellow card on turn 2, activate a rival with your other energy. So already turn 2, you have this body out on board, and even if your opponent tries to remove it from board, as long as it's in active mode, you pitch a card from your hand and it switches to rest mode and you tap on their energy. Like your opponent literally gets punished for trying to remove the best card in your deck, which is pretty funny. Next, another insane card, we have Brilliant Pairing Kefla. This is just to extend your pressure plays. So this lets you free union on top of a Kale and a Cauliflower. The energy cost doesn't matter. You are free union and you get to swing twice with this as it's got dual attack. You can only have 1 in play, which is fun. You're usually only playing 1 anyway. And the really cool thing about this is that because you're playing this with Union Patara, any buffs like Sensu Beans and another card, the red combo Bugamo that gives your Universe 6 5k buffs, they carry over to this. They're too loud. Too loud, these guys.
So, here we go.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa, that's insane. Whoa, big bomb. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so the cool thing about this, so all the buffs you gain from with giving your Kales and Glyphs, like 5k buffs from like Beans and the Gummo combo we'll get to in a bit, they carry over onto this card. So I had a time where I just dropped this card out and it was 34k without combo, which is pretty insane. That's like, it's kind of hard to, when they're tapped out, you swing just like, yeah, I'll swing with this twice. It's like, okay, your opponent can't really do too much when they get this out. And plus, because there's a free Patara, free to summon it, it's a surprise factor as well. Like, they might not see it coming. Next, we run one of the secret rare. I did not play this card once in the tournament, but it is still, it's okay. It falls in the same category as Vegeta and Kaba. It's good into, like, if it gets late enough into the game, you can drop it, but most of the time it's just another blue-yellow card. Like, if I had this in my opening hand, I would combo this to rival my Chumper and Vardos. I didn't need to resolve it. It's like, it's okay at best, but not for this style of deck. It's just in here for Frieza Prison, but Frieza Prison we didn't even see, so that doesn't really matter too much. For Bagamo super combos, it's a generic yellow super combo and it's Universe 6, so it's searchable. Not too much to say about that. And this is the other Bagamo I was talking about before. This is the one, combo 1k plus 5, gives all Universe 6 5k for duration of turn. I didn't get to resolve it too much because it is a one-of, but when you play it, the turns that you play this, they feel disgusting. It feels like your opponent actually can't do anything to whatever you're planning to do. However, I did actually end up starting this card out a fair bit just because it's you can't search for it, so, but when you do resolve it, it's insane. Double Strike Chumper, give your Universe 6 double strikes. This is one thing that the Kaba version of the deck lacks, because they can't run this card because it's not Universe 6. So just being able to randomly like, cool, I'm going to make my Kale double strike critical, you know, that's better than just single strike critical, and it can help you close out games when your opponent's not expecting it. Same with the Boy Mirror. You know, you can run it, you might as well run it, it's insane. When your opponent's tapped out, if you swing with it, they have to pay sparking to take a life, or, you know, they just take a hit, and half the time you're giving this thing double strike anyway, and it's still attack life. In my finals game, the last game on the stream, this card was 100k without combo, so that's, you know, pretty good, you know? But it's not too bad, not too bad. So now what's left is the extra cards. We have Senzu Bean, helps you on tap, extend your plays, pretty standard if you're playing a Vu build again, same as if you're running the Kaba list. 3-time magics, Sparking Negate. Didn't come up too much. I honestly didn't use it too much, but like obviously to just tank an attack, just negate it, that's fine. So it was okay, mainly because of Sparking. You get to play for free. And my favorite card, Cobalt Dust, the one of. It's just insane. Like I said in the interview after my top 8 match, the fact that you can. This is the best counterplay in the game, even though you run a one of. And the best part too is that people forget about this card. Like, I think one of the funniest things that anytime anyone saw me playing this leader, they just presumed I was playing Hydro Mastery Broly. So, you know, it's a lot. Right now, this deck was really insane because people didn't know what to do about it. It was unexpected. I more or less just cheesed everyone with this. But, yeah, it's pretty insane. The sideboard, we'll quickly run through the sideboard. I literally maybe used 4 cards in the sideboard. Dark Power Marseille, literally for the mirror, it's whatever. Sorry, I only played it once, I only versed the mirror once, and I played it once. When I played this, they had to charge the Planet Sedals in the finals, that was pretty good. 2, Striving Me the Best Vegeta. I put this in against the guy who was running Deadly Defender Krillins. Didn't do anything, I didn't play it once, so not very good. Like, that's what I'm going to say about a lot of these cards. The side is a lot more of my stuff. The Vegetas were his. The power, he didn't run Dark Power Marseille. I run, there's another card I run in here that's also mine. Mortaitos, Sage Skill, this is a no-brainer. You can't really run a run Champa because you're running you want the game to be quick and this is cheaper than Champa. Plus, you don't charge a blue-yellow energy every game, so I think this is just definitely the better option. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you should either have Mortaito or Champa in your main or side if you're playing yellow, 100%. Unexpected Turn. I don't like this card. I think it's insane if you can pull it off, but it's very niche. Like, even versus the Veggies matchup, Veggies players are smart enough where they play around it. It doesn't affect you too much. And plus, half the time, the Veggie cards they have out in play already are 4 drops, so this card's a dead card in the side. I'd change this. I'll save my favorite, my own spots for last. Frost Deadly Poison. Didn't put it in at all, but I can see the value. I didn't use it once, but it's just essentially a 3-cost Cold Blood Loss. Freezer Prison match. Didn't see that once. Any blue deck you smack into Yan, it's another 15k body, and they can't use beans. So I put this in versus any time I verse a blue player. I only verse 2 blue decks, blue leaders. Sorry, put that in, did work. Now this card is actually pretty troll. This probably won me my top 8 game too. If I didn't have this card, I probably would have lost, and that is my 4-drop Bojack. So what this card does is when blue-yellow arrival for one. When you play him, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and tap it, and then they also mill a card. And he's also a blocker. It's more of the fact you get to tap one of their cards. So the person I was versing top 8 was running, what do you want to call it, Red Gogeta BR, and he was running the 4-drop Kaioken from the starter deck, the one where you can take a life, and it gains dual attack and a double strike. So I saw he had that game 1. I saw him charge his energy. He didn't play it. Game 2, I thought I didn't know how I could win. I got destroyed that hard game 1, and I flipped through my sideboard and thought none of these cards do anything. And I looked at this, I put it in like last minute last night, 2 nights ago, sorry. And I was like, you know what, whatever, this might be able to do something. And he swung, he arrivaled his Kaioken Goku. I comboed over the attack, and I quickly activated Arrival. He was like, it was pretty funny. He was like, okay. Played my Bojack and tapped it. It made me survive that turn, and I was able to kill him the following turn. So that came in really clutch. This is very opinion based. It doesn't fit the scheme of the deck, but it's just a surprise, yeah? Who expects, wow, I'm playing Broly U6, I'm playing Bojack randomly? No, you don't see it coming, but, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think this is like, I think, again, if this is the Carbo Leader, I couldn't have this option. It's the fact the option's there, it's really nice. But, yeah, I'd definitely keep, the only cards I'd really keep in the sideboard are, like, I'd definitely change the Unexpected Turns and the, striving to be the Vegeta. Other than that, the deck is pretty insanely broken. I'm expecting to see more of this in the future. Like, the fact that it can go harder than Universe 6 decks normally is pretty insane. But, yeah, I'm happy I was able to pull out the win here with something different. I'm pretty sure I was actually the only person running this deck at the event today. So that's, yeah, because I didn't see anyone else. But,